Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today I am working on the Coleman CT200U again. It's been having this problem where the chain pops off, and it's usually because I'm trying to hit the brakes and the engine continues to try and accelerate. So I've tried tightening the chain, but it still takes off when I start. It's like it's got cruise control, where if you hit a certain speed it just wants to stay there. So today I'm going to try and check out the throttle cable and see if there's something going on down there. So to start off, what I think I'm going to do is try to take off the gas tank just so I can get a little bit of a better view underneath there where the linkage is. So to take the gas tank off, it's looking like there's these two bolts back here which attach right to the gas tank, and I might have to take off the air cleaner to get to a couple more that are back there. So now it's looking like we might have a better view of those bolts back there. Just to make things a little bit easier, and in case I have to detach it from the carburetor, I'm just going to end up taking this cover off right here so that I can get to everything else easier. And to take that off, it is just these two screws up here, these bolts on the side, and that hose right there. So there's the top part, and now I just need to take these two bolts off right here. So the size that this bolt is going to take is a 10mm socket. At least for this one it does. It fits right on there perfectly. Okay, now that you got that done, you might just be able to wiggle it off, but you're going to have this tube back here, so you are going to want to grab some kind of pliers or something. You could probably just pull it off, and this makes it a little bit easier. It's a little hard to do this one-handed. Hold on. And then you should just be able to pull it right off like that. And now this should just slide off. There we go. Gotta wiggle it a little bit. Feel should be off anyways. There we go. And now we have this whole section right here completely open so we can see everything, and that's the cover we just took off. And also, usually after I take these bolts off, I just like to loosely put them on there so that you don't lose them, and you also know right where they go when you're putting it back together. So I know that these two bolts in the front are for the gas tank, but I am unsure about this one. It goes to the gas tank, but I'm going to try taking it off, and if it doesn't attach to the gas tank, it does attach to this little thing that the line goes through. It's like to hold it, and when you push this lever, it tightens it. So I'm going to try taking this bolt off. Takes an 8mm. Alright, so never mind. The wrench is not fitting back there, so I'm just going to start with these two front bolts that I know take the gas tank off. These bolts on the gas tank take the same size socket as these, which is a 10mm. There is the first bolt, and it looks like this is probably just like a ground wire right here. I think it's for the kill switch. Attaches right there. So just gotta remember that for later. Just gonna leave it right here. And now we have to get to the next bolt back here. There's number 2. So I do not know what else is holding this on. I got those 2 bolts out right there. It could be another bolt, but it could be also a bunch of dirt holding it down. It's probably another bolt back here. So I was pretty close before when I was looking over here. I thought it was this bolt right here, but I just realized there is another one right there that connects to the gas tank. So I'm going to have to get some smaller wrenches to reach back there. So that small bolt back there is an 8mm, and what you're going to have to do is, you can't reach it normally like that. You're going to have to pull this throttle back, and that opens up space to get back there. I'm probably not going to be able to record this because I'll have to use 2 hands while doing it. So here's what's going on. I had to get a smaller wrench because it is a tight fit back there, and you get the throttle back like that. Oh, this might not even be enough space. I think I'm going to have to get a longer attachment for the end here. Okay, here we go. I got a longer attachment on there. So now you hold the throttle back. Oh no. Alright. The tripod would be nice right now. Hold the throttle back. And just loosen that bolt right there. There we go. That is the bolt that I took out. Put it right there with the gas tank stuff. And now we can pull the gas tank off. Okay, I'm gonna have to set the camera down because it is. Oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah. So I'm not going to take the gas tank off all the way. I just need to go that far, and I don't really want to empty out the gas tank and pull the lines off because all I really needed to see was the linkage down here and the cables, so I can deal with all of this stuff, which is looking a little scary right now. It's a lot to work with. Alright guys, sorry, I kind of got a little bit carried away. I ended up taking this off, see if I could do something with that, and just ended up putting it right back, and I realized that this spring right here was connected right here to this, and it was causing it to stay open like that. So it was basically starting wide open because it was never idling. Because if this spring, like you can see, if I pull this spring out here, even just like that, it's already not idling. So I'm hoping maybe I can put this back together and it will end up being fixed. And to go further into detail, in case anyone else is having this problem, this is the spring that is wrapped around this right here, which runs back under here, connected to this thing, which goes like the bracket that goes to the governor, and this spring was attached right there. You'll be able to see it if you take this all apart, and after taking that off, it goes back to idle, touches the pin, and hopefully it will fix this problem. I still need to fix the throttle because when I twist the throttle, it's got some space before it starts. So I need to loosen that, or, well, actually tighten it. So I will check back with you guys after I fix that and start putting it back together. Alright, so I've got that all fixed up. So we've got immediate throttle response, goes wide open, and right back to idle, where it should be. So now we start the process of putting it back together. I'll probably start with the gas tank here. Oh, there's Grundy. Hi, Grundy. So you're just going to lift it up. And get these into those two holes right there, like that. Just need to get the other side. Alright, so that was a little bit difficult, but after you get them in like that, you just take these nuts and thread them back on to the bolt. Obviously, you're going to use a socket wrench to get it pretty tight, because you don't want the gas tank falling off while you're riding, for sure. And then you are going to take this bolt and put it back. Oh, I gotta go. Open throttle. Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Phone started getting weird. I was accidentally bumping into stuff. But anyways, you got the bolt back in there. Oh, I just realized this is going to be pretty difficult. So I'm not going to record this part, but basically you're just going to have to try and find the hole in the gas tank and thread that bolt through. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult. So what I actually ended up doing to get that to be able to thread was loosening these front two bolts so that I could easily lift the gas tank up and down until I was able to get it just right. And you will not be able to do that one-handed unless you're some professional, which I am not. So now that I got the gas tank on, I'm going to put back on the carburetor cover. But you have to make sure that the gas is off and the choke is off for it to fit back on. And then you're also going to have to slide over here and put this tube back on right there. And then after you got that on, you have to replace, well, not replace, but put back on these bolts. And I believe that those are 10. Yep, they are. And then once that is on like that, you have to put on this, which is what the air cleaner goes on. And that has these little screws that go in to these spots. And after that, you put your air cleaner back on. This part is a little bit difficult. Just gotta line it up right there, and then you put the wing nut back on top of there. And last but not least, you got the cover right there, which has this cap that goes on like so. And that should be it. It's all put back together. And now the next step is just to test it and make sure it works. Hopefully it does, crossing my fingers, because I've been trying to figure this out for a little bit now. So before riding it, I just checked YouTube and I just hit 40 subscribers. And I just want to thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. It doesn't really seem that many right now, but you know, I've been growing pretty fast. Hasn't even been a year yet. But also, I know this video is going to come out after Thanksgiving, hopefully 2 weeks after. But happy Thanksgiving, and let's go Lions. And let's get to that test now. So recently what I've done when starting it is I just put it up against something because, you know, it tries to take off. I'm still going to do it here because I don't fully trust it yet. I'm just hoping it doesn't take off like it usually does. So, you know, choke is on, fuel is on. Don't know if I have fuel. Got a little bit. Should be enough just to start it. Fire around just a little bit, make sure it's all fixed. Okay, kill switch is off. Let's get it. Alright, so take one did not appear to work. It still wanted to take off. I guess let's go for take two. So I had been messing with the idling a little bit, and I got to a certain point where now when I hit the throttle it turns off. Forgot I did that, so I guess I'll go get a screwdriver and try adjusting the idling, because man, I was really hoping that would work right there, but I guess we just gotta keep going. So on these, the idle screw is this black plastic screw right there, and it basically just stops that thing from going too far back, the plastic piece that we took the spring off of. Alright, I'll loosen the idle screw and let's try again. Alright, I think I just ran out of gas. Great. People we bought this from put premium in it, so I'm pretty sure that's what we're still putting in it. And I think I just ran out because it would die before I could turn the choke off. It is pretty empty in there. Alright, we got our fuel. That should be enough to get us a start. There we go. Third time's a charm, maybe? think I put the idle too low, so let's raise it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Raise the idle up just a little bit. Let's see if it'll start now. Got it to start, but it was still bogging down every time I would twist the throttle, so it shut off. Doesn't want to keep going. Every time I twist the throttle, just can't get it right. It did it so.
It wasn't moving forward?
What?
But it wasn't moving forward?
Oh, it did. It jumped up.
Oh.
Gotten to the point now where it'll start with the choke on, but I have to give it a little bit of throttle, you know, on and off, just to keep it running. And then as soon as I turn the choke off, I can hit the throttle, but as soon as I let go and hit the throttle again, it shuts off. Like, this is starting to get pretty annoying. It doesn't take off though, but now it just doesn't want to start, you know. Fix one problem, start another one. That's all this thing is. Alright, so I got it to start running again, but it's still just not quite the same as before. So we got a new spark plug and we replaced the chain tensioner right there. So I'm going to try switching that out. Takes a 13/16 and ooh, there we go. There is the old spark plug. And here is the new one. Alright, here we go. There's the new one. I can't see it. And this is also that 13/16. I'll tighten it a little bit more. Put the boot back on. There we go. Well guys, it's not perfect, but I mean, it runs and drives, kind of. Could use probably some little tuning and stuff like that, but hopefully this might have helped you a little bit. But yeah, like the video, subscribe, see ya.